Good morning. Good morning. Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, ancestrylands.com. Well, we said this would happen, and here it is. Companies laying off. We got Goldman Sachs, 1,800 jobs being lost. We got companies now, owners out in McDonald's, multiple locations, not just California, asking for their executive employees to take pay cuts. You've got companies now using AI to replace workers, and we're right back to the same point again. What was this? We'd say about 2027, 2028. Every time there's been a recession, they've always looked to get rid of the most experienced and skilled workers in exchange for offering those positions to lower entry workers. And we've seen this before. We saw this in 2007, 2008, where they retired a lot of people, like in my dad's age. They gave them buyouts, payouts. Well, they're not even doing that now because they've got AI to back up their system. So remember, the companies that promoted AI for you to have ease at your job is now easily replacing your ass. And what they're doing now is saying that AI can take over the most critical work because now they're relying on AI to now fill in the gap over knowledge and experience. And now they say, well, hell, we can make sure our profits are a little bit more. We can squeeze a little bit more juice out of this already squeezed lemon. We can now use the grinds or the rinds, and we can use the pulp now to make more lemonade. But it's not necessarily a better lemonade. It's just lemonade we can still sell, even if it's a cheap ass lemonade. And that's exactly what the companies are doing. And then also what they're doing is now saying that all these people out here who haven't been listening, I mean, come on, man, speed your ass up, bruh. Of course, we're on the drive again, and we're anybody who's been watching me, you know exactly the part where we're about to hit right now. The lovely old merger on the highway. And I'm gonna make sure I flip the video so we can make sure that we see, is it an asshole day or is it a okay day? All right, we're about to hit the part. This is the usual part where we go. Anyone who's watched the video, I'm gonna make this part of my morning drives, and when you all see it, we're going to see if the the merger assholes are still available today. All right. So we got cars merging in right now. This is actually the best part because this is my most frustrating part of my drive. And it's always at this part. Now, I'm coming onto the highway, right? Cars should not be in the right lane. This is a three highway lane right now. The cars are coming up off the ramp. We have to increase our speed. Of course, everybody's going slow. And like always, 1, 2, I might as well get Count Chocula in here to start counting because damn, there's a car behind me. Now, instead of these jackasses getting over, we all now have to file in instead of out of the, there's an on-ramp coming up. And instead of getting out the way, everybody's stuck in the right lane, right? Like jackasses. Never cease amazing. We got more today. More people on Who Wants to Be a Dickhead in the Right Lane on the merger. Any which way, on the on-ramp. And hopefully I don't get an accident on the way here because people are not paying attention. Any which way. So now, they did this back in 2007, 2008. I remember around that time, I was, 2000, I think it was, okay, maybe 2003 they did this. Because I think my father retired from corrections. But again, all the older experienced workers, they were giving the corporations, the jail systems, the businesses were starting to get rid of the more experienced workers. They were doing this in corporate America in 2003. I graduated from New York College at Wagner in Staten Island, New York City area, one of the 5 boroughs. And during that time, many corporations and companies, especially since I had a close proximity to Wall Street, via my college literally overlooked the bay, the Hudson Bay, and you could see the New York City skyline, Manhattan to be exact. If you don't know, Staten Island is a small island just right of North Jersey at the entry point south of Elizabeth, New Jersey, where the Newark airport is. It's just south there. You can actually get on to Staten Island and exit 10 on the New Jersey Turnpike. Well, one of the things about Staten Island is that you can actually take a ferry, a boat, with your car too as well, and I would urge people to do it. I've done it many times. It's a great experience, across the Hudson Bay into Manhattan, lower Manhattan. And that's where you pass by the Statue of Liberty. In any case, during that time, I remember a lot of corporations laying off their most experienced workers. And that was an effort to reduce the labor cost, the amount of money it costs them to pay their employees, rather than the amount of cost, it is to sell their product and make a profit. So companies figured out, well, we get rid of the most experienced elderly workers that have years of experience, and we get in new people that we can underpay. We can offer these jobs at a lower rate, and we can save ourselves a whole lot of money in a whole lot of ways. They got hip to that, and it became an infectious process that is happening now. And again, look at that. Got an on-ramp lane here. Cars still stuck in the lane. And look at this. See the truck? Now the truck I get, tractor trailer I get, but it's very hard for, if you're coming in and cars in the right lane, to easily merge. Even these trucks should be getting over because there is no traffic behind me. There is enough room for them to get over. Maybe not the 18-wheelers, but again, it's a dangerous thing people do when they do not get over. Cars especially. Cars should not be in the right lane having to deal with cars merging. It should be out of the damn way. Any which way. So it became infectious throughout, all the pretty much corporate America, to get rid of your most experienced workers in exchange for lower salaries, lower job entry workers. And Eric Kennedy and I, we've always had great conversations, and we still continue to. We talked about these jobs that are being posted online, these ghost jobs, where you're going in applying for a job and there's no callback, there's no feedback, there's nothing. The job is essentially a phantom job that the corporations are posting online to say that they're actively looking for workers they're going to hire. Now, where does this all lead to? This leads to the fact of me saying that these jobs, the companies, for one, they have no interest in keeping you so long as you're not a benefit to them. Their loyalty only lies in your utility for them. Outside of your utility for them, which that value can always be changed at any moment, you have to understand that no matter how long you work for a company, the company is still only using you, gauging off the utility at the time. Now, this goes into a real reason, which I'm not going to do in this video, of maybe why the tech jobs are not always the best jobs, even though they're higher paying jobs, because they are also the jobs where the layoffs are plentiful and they can easily get rid of a human in place for a computer. They only need a certain amount of time for the computer to be able to encapsulate the level of your job or a certain aspect of your job, and then they no longer need to pay you for the job that they have you currently doing. Which means you have two options generally. You have the option, for one, to either take a less pay or find a new job altogether. But don't forget about these phantom jobs I talked about, where these phantom jobs are being posted online. So you're going after them. You're going round after round of interviews. You might get a first interview, second interview, third interview. And what they're looking for is probably elite candidates that they can get for the lowest price. And if you're not aware of that, you have to understand that you're bartering your ability to negotiate wages in the form of a salary is going to be very limited at this time, to now AI being a new prospect, because AI is a sub-employee that now can take over certain functionalities that would be all encompassing or required for your full expertise now. Now they do not need it. Like I don't need an ad writer for doing advertisements when I supplement my creativity with AI. I don't use AI for creativity. I supplement it for it. So I don't necessarily need someone. And if I did need someone, they'd be paid at a marginal rate than it would maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, before ChatGPT became a thing. So you have to understand now that when your mindset has to shift to what your offer proposition is in relation to the job. And again, something that Eric has done, and I really tip my hat to him. Eric, if you're watching this, man, salute to you, because you've shown me definitely some things to do, is that you always have to continuously educate yourself, continue to always get certifications, continue to always keep increasing your learning, And this is one, Josh, I'll tip my hat to you on this one. Your learning is your earning, which we're going to have a video about that later. And it's the only way to combat this kind of bullshit that they're doing, because they're so reliant on AI to do this. They're not looking at if there's any failure with AI to keep pace. Because again, it can work 24 hours, but the world is still people led. It's not a whole bunch of robots buying from each other, because realistically, if they did that, there would not be a need. So your job is only a utility for the company that is utilizing you. That's why you're getting paid a wage and a salary. So again, the greatest benefit that you can do right now is take a cue from my good friend, my brother from another mother. Shout out to him and his family. It's continue to build skills and certifications, so that way you're not limited to your one field of study. I've been a pediatric nurse. I've been a med surg nurse. I've been a traveling nurse. I've been a vaccination nurse. If you ever gotten a flu shot, I've been that kind of nurse that comes by, or CVS, I've stuck your arm. Now I'm a dialysis nurse. So again, the level of what you can do needs to be so wide in range that you don't need to go back for another 4 years of schooling in order to become certified or be able to move and shift through fields. So keep that in mind, because what these companies are doing, it's cyclical. It happens in cycles, and it's happened early 2000s up to the recession, and we're moving in right into the same moment again. They're doing the same thing. The only difference is we now got AI as a factor. Think I'm lying, and you'll be alive long enough to see the next cycle repeat itself. Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands. Preparation should be your operation. That should be your operation, is preparation in all things for what's to come, because it will come and you better be prepared. Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, AncestryLands.com. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you get these tips and get it in. Go to AncestryLands.com while you can, to get property to prepare you to have some form of leverage in life outside of your paycheck. Remember, you either own property or you be owned as property. Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, and I'm out. Peace.
Have you ever wondered how some individuals amass wealth through vacant land investments? Here's your answer. We introduce the perfect solution: Getting Dollars from Dirt, a beginner's guide to vacant land investments, written by author Philip Davis Jr. and also owner of Ancestry Lands. Uncover tried-and-true strategies and expert advice to navigate vacant land investments, even as a novice. This book simplifies the process, offering practical steps toward financial independence. Learn to spot lucrative opportunities and boost your returns. Getting Dollars from Dirt equips you with the confidence and knowledge for wise investment decisions. Seize this incredible opportunity. Get your copy now and embark on your journey to wealth. Click the link below to order. Start building your fortune today.